How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming. This is an RPG Maker MV First Impressions video. Today we're playing The Tavern. This is by Moral Anxiety Studios. And yeah, let's jump into it and see what we've got today. It looks to be like a horror game. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it looks like it. The music's very sinister, dark. I like the background art here. One thing I do have a question though is like, why do we have this cloud particle PNG tiled over and over right there? Like, what's the point of that? I don't understand that. But it did have a cool little splash screen where it just said Moral Anxiety Studio. Let's go ahead and take a look at the credits super fast. Aurelius and Moral Anxiety Studio. It doesn't appear to be completed yet, so there's probably more stuff to be added in the credits scene. Let's take a look at the options. Always run on, instant text on, full screen on, sync monitor FPS on, Windows skin. We've only got a few. Oh, that's cool. We'll go ahead and take that one. Nice and dark looking. Okay, let's jump into a new game and see what it is. Would you like to skip the intro and tutorial? Not recommended for the first playthrough. No, let's watch it. In this game, your choices and actions are going to have major consequences. Choose your steps wisely or your character will face an inevitable death, forcing you to start over. Great. Show the menu with escape. Run with shift or left click. Space and enter. Select use interact. Text asterisk marks your character's thoughts. Okay. And then up, down, left, right to move. Alright. I usually use... Oh, that was a timed event. Cool. The friends I never had, whom I made up in my despair, will tell you that I was in love to prove that once I had to be alive. From the poem of Krzysztof Siniewski, something else or another. Auto run as well. Years ago, you were a warrior, a rich, successful, but lonely mercenary. Is it going to wait for input or is it going to auto run? The rest of the game has been auto run so far. So I wonder if I have to, let's see, press enter? Okay. You started a family, you got married, raised 2 children, lived a simple life as a city guard. But times have changed. Your husband died during a plague. The war with the barbarians has turned the city's economy into ruin. It's almost autumn. Without extra savings, you won't be able to keep your family warm during winter. You took your sword and packed a couple of coins. You are following a promising clue. Apparently something happened in the countryside. If the rumors are correct, the local innkeeper wants to hire a couple of fighters. She needs them to take care of a monster, or bandits, or something else. You're not really sure. You've managed to start the journey just in time, although it was very expensive. Your main goal is to find some money, right? Or at least a decent job. You can't back off now. Alright. Like the lighting and the atmosphere on this. Looks to be like orange lighting, maybe. It was a long journey. It's dark already. I would be surprised if the meeting in the tavern hasn't been finished yet. Oh, Nalia is a girl, okay. I wonder how many people answered the innkeeper's call. So this is her thoughts, right? Well, it's quite an opportunity. If I need to look around without being bothered, now is the time. It's always better to know your surroundings and gather some information before you start depending on other people. Okay, we have control now. The menu is very minimalistic. Items opens up items and journal. We have a journal. You're not interested in writing a personal diary, but just in case you write down some of your observations and suspicions. We've got a sword and some thick clothes. Decent woolen pants, leather jacket. Okay. Can we access any of these? No. Okay. No sound effects really on anything. Options, and we have save. We can save it. Or can we? Yeah, we can. Okay. Very, very minimal. Oh, I see something shiny between the leaves. You have found a ring covered in blood. It's old, but it may have value for someone. See, we don't have, we can't like equip it or anything. So everything's like a key item. A pretty golden ring covered in blood. Okay. Anything else? This rope is a mess, but it's tied to a grappling hook. I think someone used this while trying to climb down. You updated your journal. Note, rope at a cliff. Okay, so it's our evidence. Someone was using this to climb down. It's way too dark to climb on these creepers. Tomorrow, maybe. Okay. It's way too dark. I can't see anything inside, although it looks like a nice well. I do like the lighting. This lumberjack area reminds me of the old days, when I kept walking through the Empire's forest by myself, when I had to run for my life so often, or hide from monsters and bandits. I was always so happy if I could spend a night in a camp like this one. Those days were rough. Oh well, I need to craft... If I need to craft anything, this place can be useful. We'll get there. Words. It's a wanted poster, but it doesn't have a face on it. Wanted. Beware of a dreadful enemy which has appeared in this area. Its identity is unclear, but it's both wicked and nefarious. Either a monster or a human with animal-like features, maybe a werewolf or a mage. It attacked people from our villages, but travelers and animals alike. It is unknown if it acts by itself. Do not trust strangers. If one will remove this burden, he or she may collect the reward from Delilah, our local innkeeper. And this was by Georgios, the road warden. Shit, what have I walked into? You've updated your journal. Clue, wanted poster. Oh, I hate weeds like this. The winged hourglass, religious citizens of the Empire consider to be the symbol of their church, and a tombstone probably. The entire country is cursed, so no one will dare to put a dead body in a ground. Even pagans burn or cremate their deceased. Still, people create graves to remember their loved ones, and this tomb here is pretty new. The ground around it isn't even covered by grass. You have updated your journal. Clue, fresh grave. Okay. The bottom part of the statue is broken, and I have no idea who this character is. Yet it does look pretty old. Maybe it's some local pagan spirit. Now we got a note, broken pagan statue. Wait, what? Someone left a coin on the statue. Maybe it's a sacrifice. Probably no one would notice if I take it. Do we take the coin? It's only a coin. It's probably going to curse me if I take it. Or maybe we need to progress. I don't know. But for right now, we're going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it there. Dear God, what an awful smell. It's a stinky toilet. I guess they will have to build a new latrine soon. Okay. You are about to have your first conversation. Talking with people is an important part of this game, and you need to remember that every choice you make may change the way the other person sees you. He or she may like you more, less, or stay completely neutral. What sometimes is the worst possible result... He or she may like you more, less, or stay completely neutral. What sometimes is the worst possible result? It's not worded clear right there. Are you trying to say that if they stay neutral, will be the worst result, or they like you less? I know what you're trying to say. It's just kind of worded poorly. Available options are going to be distinguished by colors. Blue options are actions. They describe what you're going to do and what topic do you want to begin. Green color marks quotes and represents what you want to say to an NPC. Red will highlight the most aggressive actions. Yellow options are available if you have met specific conditions. If not, these options will not be shown. Beware. It is better to be someone's friend before you start asking him or her about delicate topics. Okay. So because we looked at the poster, we have this yellow option. The red-haired man tries to ignore you. What do you want to do? Greet him with a nod. Let him talk first. You nod towards him without much effort and casually observe the fire. After a couple of seconds, he nods you back. He nods back to you. It takes him over a minute to finally say something. It's a nice place to be right now. Not dark enough to make one afraid of nature, and also far enough from the noise and fuss of the daily life. So what brings you to our lovely and stinky countryside? I don't think I've seen you before. I found one of these posters. I'd like to enter the stables. None of your business. Prefer to keep it myself. Just passing by. I'm late for the meeting. We did have something about a meeting, right? At the beginning of the game. But let's take the yellow option because we've seen other things. I found one of these posters. Oh yeah, I've hung a couple of them in the nearby villages. For all I know, the reward is still waiting. A nasty story, this one. Most people wouldn't want to hear about it, if you know what I mean. Offer him a drink. Just tell me what you know. I'm not looking for troubles. Trust me, there aren't many people like me. I think offering him a drink, I mean, why would we... Like, we just showed up. Are we carrying drinks around? I don't get it, but we'll try it. I could use a mug of beer. You want some? Sounds great, but I can't afford it. Plus, I can't leave the stables right now. Maybe we'll be able to drink something later on. You've noticed that the campfire was set by an amateur. There are still leaves inside and a lot of big logs, which don't have a chance to even catch a fire. You can also see some meat inside. It probably fell from a stick or something. Compliment the campfire? No. That's rude. If you know it's poorly made, you don't compliment it. Point out that the campfire is defective. Sometimes it's better to not call people on their mistakes. What is she going to gain by saying he did a poor job, right? What is he going to gain? Mock the red-haired man? Opposite. Ignore the topic completely. Now, it is raining, and it could be crucial that this light stays lit. So we're going to point out that the campfire is defective, just so that we can maybe make it a better one, and it'll keep burning and maybe save his life later on. I don't know. We'll do that one. A good campfire is not just a pile of wood. I'm surprised it wasn't put out by the rain yet. Whoever is responsible for this should take a lesson or two. Well, that happens to be me. What's your advice? Suggest trading some information. Tell him right away. No, we're going to tell him, well, what could he tell us, right? What could we get out of this transaction? But I feel like we need to keep this fire lit for our own safety at some point in this game. This is an interesting game so far. We want to win favor with this guard, right? Or he doesn't even have a name, he's just a guard. Let's suggest trading. If he was named, I would have told him right away. But since his name is Guard, I'm going to try to barter and get some information out of him. I could tell you a little bit about it, but not for free. How about we trade some information? You know, I'll scratch you and all that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know yet what to think of you. How about tomorrow? I shouldn't spend my time talking to strangers, at least not while I'm working. I'm a guard, after all. If you have any questions, make them quick. My name is Samson, by the way. Now he's got a name. Can you tell me about your boss? Has anyone interesting showed up? Did anything weird happen? So a road warden lives nearby. Tell me what you think about these posters. Let's ask if anything weird happened. Me and the other employees were actually forbidden to talk about it, so I think the answer is yes. I'm sorry for that, but I can't afford losing my job. One more question, and I'm sorry, but we'll be done here. You've updated your journal. Clue, bond of silence. Okay, we got one more question. So a road warden lives nearby. This is an option, yellow one, that we got it because of something else. Let's take that one. Oh yeah, he stays here quite often. I don't think he really has his own house. He is fair and straight person. Don't try to sell him any bullshit, but also beware of him. He's the strongest and most experienced warrior whom I've met since I left the army. And a local legend. People say he killed an alpha troll during a one-on-one combat and destroyed its herd thanks to some shenanigans. He told me he had to move here because of some goblin army or something like that, which 10 years ago destroyed his family villages on the far east. Wait, his family's village on the far east. Destroyed his family villages. Okay, whatever. Wait a second. I think I actually fought that same pack of goblins. All I'm saying is he's tough. I've updated your journal. Note Samson about Georgios. But I know something cool about him. He's pretty bad with his left arm. I hope he'll agree to duel me during a fair or something. Oh, we got his weakness too. You know what? You're really not that bad. It will be cool to speak with you tomorrow when I will be off duty. A beer would also be nice. Okay, are you trying to ask me out? Not that I care. Goodbye then. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go with the green option and try to win favor, right? Just don't get too excited. Tomorrow may be a little rough. At least there should be no rain. See you soon. Yeah, see ya. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, but you can't go inside. I think there's a missing space in there somewhere. Maybe not. Can we fix his fire? He did give us information. Maybe we should have just gave him that information and already interacted there. It's a destroyed crate. The window is locked. The only things I see in this window are the curtains and a lamp. I can hear yelling from inside. They come from the window. The only parts of this poster which I can read are beware of and can collect a reward. The rest is completely destroyed. It looks like something wanted to tear the whole thing down, or maybe it was something with claws. I wouldn't mind earning some coin with a good old-fashioned monster hunting. Okay, destroyed poster. So putting two and two together, looks like the monster, or whatever it is, has already appeared nearby. Or maybe it has an ally who didn't want this poster to stay inside. However, maybe I should keep it to myself. Anyone can be part of it. Other people may think about me in the same way. I don't really get it. She's just trying to do the thing herself so she gets the reward? I don't know. I can look inside, but if anyone notices me, he or she is going to consider me suspicious. Let's walk away. It'd be better just to look around. Yeah. Meeting has to be pretty intense since the staff had no time to clean up around here. I don't know much about wine. I'm more of a beer person, as is almost every mercenary, I guess. But the bottle surely looks expensive. According to the label, it traveled here from Wastelands. A journey there would take a couple of months and would be extremely dangerous. Yet someone was ready to break it. I guess it was a quarrel. If someone was ready to buy that overpriced crap and waste it like this, I guess I'm in the right place here. She's thinking about, they got a lot of money to burn, right? Smells like food here. Damn, I'm hungry. Let's go in here. I think that according to the sign, it's an entrance to the tavern's kitchen. Going inside would be considered very impolite. Well, I should walk away then, right? It will be better to just look around. I'm sure we're going to have to do something impolite eventually. Wild bush with pretty flowers. It's a well-kept collection of various flowers. Someone has put a lot of effort into it. They are very colorful. So this is completely based on reading and dialogue. So going back won't lead me anywhere. I have to move forward. So obviously I have to go in somewhere, right? The tavern, huh? For what I know, it's the only large inn in this area. Almost every traveler comes here to spend a night. Or at least to eat something. I wonder why it has no real name yet. Do I really want to enter the tavern right now? Yes. I should walk away? I'm done here? Alright then, let's go. I wish we could do Wazda movement. A plate with a bunch of wild fruits. So interactables are everywhere. This tiny woman stinks and is shaking a lot. She also mumbles drunkenly. I think people call that a slur. Well, there's a cool piece of art right here. It's like map on the wall. That's pretty interesting. This man reminds you of an annoyed bear and is probably a little bit drunk. Just let me contemplate or whatever. My empty mug don't want to chit-chat. Drunk guy here. I assume it's a pile of letters, but without opening them, I can't be sure. They are sealed, but have no distinguishing features. Alright, barkeep. The woman in front of you is young, probably in her late 20s, but did everything she could to demonstrate her unusual wealth. For some reason, she wears pretty makeup, expensive jewelry, and fashionable clothes. She's ballin'. Greetings, madam. Welcome to our tavern. It's humble, yet the very best in the province. I'm Delilah, the owner of this place and your host for tonight. Can I offer you anything to help you make this evening special and memorable? We're looking for a job, compliment the tavern, act tough and rough. Apologize for being late. Apologize for being late. I'm looking for a job. That seems like a good choice there. It's green. Apologize for being late. I mean, are we being expected? I'm looking for a job. I've heard you need new employees, and I'm looking for a job. Is that so? You mean, and may I know where did you hear that about? Truth in the city, lie in the village. I found a poster. Why is the yellow one? Oh, because we found... Alright. I found a poster. Seems like you have some troubles with a monster or some mage. I can help you with that. I see. So... Oh, man. The delay on that. Something, something. Are you like a famous wizard or something? No, really, no. Not really, no. I'm Natalia, a mercenary, melee fighter mostly. Some people knew well my reputation a couple of years back, but I don't think people from here could hear anything about me. I don't know you enough to decide if you are arrogant or blind, or a real deal we were looking for. Or the real deal. I think that's a saying that you preface with the real deal. I'll know in a couple of days, based on your results. You will either hunt this thing down, or we'll have to cremate your corpse. Please speak with Georgios, our road warden. It's this handsome man in a chitin, yellowish armor, reading those scrolls of his. Tell him I want you to know everything. What can help you take down this creature? I will. I can offer you a free meal, but if you want a room, you'll have to pay for it. You received a meal, you can eat it to regain your strength. Or just lay down in front of the fireplace. If you want to buy anything, come and speak with me again. I hope you'll enjoy your stay. Alright, let's talk to this dude. One glance is enough to consider the massive man in front of you a veteran. This scary warrior could easily be portrayed a general or a hero from Tales. His chitin armor covers great muscles and is made of an insect you can't even recognize. His mace is surely made of a high-class steel. It could all be just a con. Maybe you are not sure if you have ever defeated a human opponent as strong as this one seems to be. Welcome to our countryside. I'm sorry, but I'm busy right now. Can't really talk. I realize this, but Madame Delilah wants you to tell me everything I need to know about the creature from the poster. Does she really? And why is that? Do you want to fight it? I'm not as excited about the battle as I am about collecting the reward for winning it. Are you an experienced warrior, man? Years ago I was a mercenary. I'm a mercenary, my hunter. Act rough. Rough, man. I kill stuff. Years ago I was a mercenary. Now I am mostly a parent, but years ago I was a respected mercenary. Years ago. I hope you realize the world has changed and not every old trick in the book will work anymore. What was the most dangerous enemy you have ever defeated? Let me think. Well, I could always lie and just say I've killed a dragon or a unicorn, but he won't believe it. If I want to be honest, I should choose between the time my husband and I destroyed a huge pack of goblins, or when I cleaned a village from this cult that was sacrificing humans for harvest. Go with that one. Or maybe the time when I dealt with a huge gargoyle that was hunting on the streets of Veritas City, where I live to this day. But what will be the most impressive and suitable choice right now? We killed a dragon. No. Humans from concealed vile cult. Huge yet smart monsters. Common but dangerous. Let's go with humans from concealed vile cult. Whatever that means. There is no greater monster than humans, and a couple of years back I've seen a village controlled by a dark pagan cult which used human sacrifices. Human sacrifices are fairy tales. People don't do that since generations. 4 generations. Unless they do, even though your area is safe from pagans, or at least their dangerous subtypes. But trust me, the further you'll go towards north, the more vicious cults you'll find. Cannibalism, harems, demigod leaders, necromancy. But the one I dealt with was probably the most disgusting one I've ever heard about. Why is that? They were using necromancy to raise dead children. They had shitty midwife shaman, and most of their children died before or soon after they were born. I pretend to be a merchant to gain their trust. After all, they had murdered a couple of peasants who had tried to rebel. Alright, I think I got it. I don't need new nightmares. But how is that even related? You won't fight human or infiltrate anyone. Well, you asked for... I meant a monster, forget it. Let's return to our main topic. So, will you help me? Yeah, I'll help you. I don't have much time, so let me give you a quick summary of what we know. I'm pretty sure it isn't human. A few people survived seeing it, so I could get some information, but all of them are alive only because they fled almost instantly. When the creature attacked their friends or families, most of them are in shock, and they all admit they haven't seen anything like this one before. Apparently it's a humanoid. Well, there you go. It fights with its body, no magic involved. One guy said it's like a high human, but stronger than a giant troll, though we can't know for sure. Shock people are not the best source of knowledge, but from what I know, this entity is hoping for people to run away. If you run, you die. And don't even try to attack its heart or something. It's an aggressive creature, but it defends itself pretty well. If you want, you may try to go for its head. People say it's glowing or something, but I think you should focus on its arms or legs. Don't look for a weak spot. It's possible it doesn't have one. Well, that didn't really help me. That told me that it's a humanoid, I guess. But some people were saying go for its glowing head, but he's saying don't, go for its arms and legs. Thanks, anything else? Well, I think it's obvious that a magical weapon would be stronger than some bronze axe, but it's probably beyond us right now. Let me think what else. Maybe... Nah, nothing else comes to mind. I'm sorry, I can't help you anymore. Are you sure? I am. Well, thank you, nevertheless. You're welcome. If you succeed, you may earn 200 dragon coins. Speak to me or Delilah. We'll make sure you receive your reward. I will remember. Great, break a leg. Have a good paperwork. What? Don't even remind me. Come and speak to me again if you have any questions. Have a good paperwork. Sorry, man, but I can't let you go upstairs unless you rent a room. Well, fine. Kitchen and storage are available for staff only. Not a regular painting, but rather a huge map, and this gigantic parchment, I don't even know what kind of animal could have been skinned for that. It surely has cost a small fortune. But everyone knows it is impossible to create a map of the Empire. It's just someone's vision. No adventurer would be able to really use it. I bet kids love it, though. You bet kids love the map? What? Call it? Well, that was auto-run. It was all auto-run. It showed it for a certain period, and then it stopped. Big pillow. Right. Do we want to sleep on the pillow? No. We want to find the monster then, right? So we're done here. We can save the game, right? You know what would be nice right there? Save notification. Like when you hit save, like a dun or like a little some sound effect, right? We need a sound effect right there to verify that you saved it. Going back won't lead me anywhere. Oh, really? Well, then where are we supposed to go? I mean, we did everything. Oh, what about this way? Am I ready to continue my journey? You are still tired after an entire day of travel. You haven't eaten anything in quite some time. It makes you feel weak. You didn't receive any major injuries, and you don't expect your body to fail you in a time of need. Save the game? No. Because we just saved it. Entering a deep forest in the middle of the night is extremely... Should I really do that? YOLO? Is that really what you're gonna... No, let's go rest on that pillow then. We'll go back. Maybe we need to rest on that pillow and go in the morning. Okay, blah, 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 blah. It's a big pillow or small mattress. It's common that poor clients use this or bedrolls to sleep if they can't afford it. Nevertheless, sleeping on the floor is very uncomfortable. At your age, you'll be very unlucky to wake up without troublesome pain in your neck. Do you want to sleep with a pillow? No. Let's see if we can rent a room then. Is this guy gonna... Meteodros has an impressive mustache and a cheap armor typical for a traveler of a guardsman. It's hard to decide if he's some sort of rogue or maybe an unimpressive woodsman. He looks towards you for a brief moment, but completely ignores you afterwards. He seems to be in a rather bad mood. Do you want to bother him? Yes, speak to him. Hi, are you busy? Hello there. No, not really. I just need to keep an eye on this hall. I haven't seen you here before. Do you work here? No, I'm on a hunt. Oh, I see. And what are you trying to catch? I'm not sure yet. Something responsible for the latest disappearing. So hard to read some of this shit. Something responsible for latest disappearing people. I don't think that's written correctly. Oh yeah, I've heard about it. Some nasty shit. Good luck with that. Cheers. You know what? If you have some money, you can speak with this guy who stands nearby, the main interest. You should do that, actually. Is he also a hunter? No, but he has a decent female armor on sale. He is, well, an armorer, I think. But don't pressure him too much. The creature or person you are looking for slaughtered this guy's wife like 5 days ago. We tried to find out if he saw this shit with his own eyes, but he refuses to tell anything. Be straightforward with him. Don't lure him into sharing some information. Just ask him for armor and let him be. Thanks a lot. I do need an armor. Some armor? Offer him a drink. Let's change the topic. I don't really... Can we just get a damn room? But I'm serious. I do appreciate your help. Let me buy you a beer. I'm afraid I can't drink while I work, but trust me, I'll find you later on. Well, do you need anything? Can I just say nothing? Oh my god, there's so much reading. Who are you then? Introduce yourself. Don't worry, I'm fine. Call me Nalia. I'm a mercenary. So am I. Name's Dacius. Is your employer here as well? I'm currently unemployed. Dacius speaks louder for a moment. Bad luck. I started working here just an hour ago. Surprisingly, no free beer. We will share the open cask at the end of the day, but you better stay sober while working. We don't want a good beer to go to waste, right? We don't. What can I do for you? Can I get a room? Ask about the other rooms. What can I find behind this door? A storeroom and a kitchen, but only staff may go there. Can I go upstairs to the rooms? It isn't really my decision to make. You have to rent a room to go there. I'm fine for now, thanks. I'll see you around. Give me a room. I can rent you a peasant room for 3 days. It costs 3 coins, paid up front. You don't have to share it with anyone, and if you will decide to leave it earlier, you will receive some food in return. In a couple of days, I may be able to offer you a different, better room. Yes. We've got a room key. You have access to the 2nd floor. I think I'm fine. I'm good. We're good. Here we go. I rented a room! Oh, okay. Oh, alrighty then. Don't let me stop you. The door on the left surely leads outside. What? I guess it's the path to this weird small cabin which I saw above the main hall. It's probably the only way there. Maybe that's where the innkeeper lives. Some of these trinkets look decent, but overall the entire hall is just unsightly. Maybe it's just my daintiness, or maybe in daylight it will look better. Can I sleep? And I want to see the combat. Is there a combat system in this game? Trees, forest everywhere. You hear someone's steps coming from the other side. Knock. Walk away. Try to enter. Use your key. You've unlocked the door. This place looks like shit. Dear God, and that smell. The price wasn't that bad. But, come on, most people would leave it after the very first night. And what the? 2 beds? I better not find some stinking customer sleeping here. Someone's chest, it has a padlock. The quilt is a mess, but I don't see any personal items nearby. It's possible no one cleans their room up. Subtle. It's a decent bed, somewhat stinky, but you have already paid for it. You can use it to get some rest. Yes, absolutely. Can we sleep tonight? Time to wake up, meh. I really should leave this place today, travel east, take a look on some villages, maybe I'll find a job there. What? Don't just barge in my room? Ah, morning, miss. Afraid a cloudy day it is. And it follows a dark, sad night. You may want to go to the stables, to Road Warden. It's right outside. Everybody's busy now, so We can talk a little. I don't want to talk anymore. I've talked enough already. There are ears in every corner, and what I need must stay a secret. I'm not interested. I think I should go outside. Find out what's going on. Sorry. Sure. Forget I asked. Go. I'm sure she had some important... She just walked into the wall? What? I'm sure she had important information, but I don't take kindly to people just barging in and just wanting to tell me stuff. Okay. I would have taken that, but it's just been so much text, right? I haven't seen any real game. It's just like a book so far. How old was she? I'm not sure. He was younger. She said she, but he's saying he. He was younger than me, 25, 30. I met him yesterday. Right then. Georgios, any ideas? I'd say 28, poor guy. First his brother, now this. I wish we asked them how to contact their parents. Nothing we can do now. Dacius, grab someone to help and prepare a stake. We'll bury the body at noon. Yes, ma'am. Somebody was killed outside. Oh, how about a priest? Should I go to a village or something? Wait, isn't Sarah a priest? Unfortunately, no. Far from it. Well, none of the palfreys survived, so if you're not afraid of the monster, you may go on foot. Palfreys? Horses and such. Oh, it's fine. The weather's nice. I don't mind a walk. I'll go to the kitchen for some blankets to cover Samson. Samson is no more, just a body. Don't tempt the fate. Whatever, I'm not superstitious. Delilah? What now? I just realized one of those horses is missing. Nice news. You mean all of them? We were just talking about it. No, one of these special horses. You know, a mare. We should start chasing her. You have updated your journal. Clue missing horse. For the love of... And you didn't notice earlier? Forget it. I'll take... stay away from troubles. Be careful. Alright. So your events are choreographed nice. That little squirrel or something up there? Doesn't appear we can get to it. We are like locked in a fort. Well, not really, because it's like torn down and here's... So it's not really super secure. You are well rested and prepared for your journey. You haven't eaten anything in quite some time. It makes you feel weak. Oh, so we gotta eat. Why don't we have like some gauges to show our current levels? So you didn't receive any major injuries and you don't expect your body to fail anything. So that's like your save your game. Yeah, let's save it. It's time to leave. Looks kind of weird when you put the map in the corner like that, don't you think? Wouldn't you like want to draw out the map further and then move this event not into the corner? That looks weird. The beginning of your journey passes peacefully. You see the first obstacle in your path after the first hour. It's hard to describe what you found. Leave this place as fast as you can. Look around. You don't spot any movement around, but you are too experienced to lower your guard. You move slowly, trying to be as sure as you can that you'll jump away from any threat. The body is still fresh. You don't feel want to closely investigate this decapitated body, but at the first glance, you can't spot a sign of any weapon. The head looks like it was torn away from the rest of the body, instead of being cut. The ground is filled with monstrous tracks, not unlike the other wild areas of the Empire. There are no trinkets lying around. The most unsettling thing you find in all of this is the Broken Taboo. Seeing a body lying in the forest makes you thinking about the time it will rise and look for human flesh. Makes you think about. Is it going to happen in half a year? In a week? Today? Would you like to search the body and the surrounding areas for clues on or valuable items? Absolutely. The only thing of value you found is a purse containing 10 bone dragons. Those are coins, right? The traveler was probably a commoner. Among his trinkets, you didn't find anything useful, just a comb, a belt, an emergency shirt, and so on. If nobody will take care of this body, after some time it will rise as an undead and provide a lethal danger to surrounding people. People of the Empire mostly incinerate their deceased, Burying is only going to postpone the inevitable. What do you want to do? Leave, let the local folk and road wardens deal with it. Burn the body, a very tiring action. How far are we in? How far do we have to go? Right? We don't want to wear ourselves out. I like decisions like this, though. This is actually pretty interesting. I think we're going to leave it. Yep. I don't want to exert all my energy because I don't have any idea how far I have to go. Once you've entered the deeper parts of the forest, you couldn't stop thinking about the voices of the wild creatures or the red eyes staring at you from the shadows. Okay, I see them. This map could be longer. I mean, like bigger. And like pad out the area so that this map is just like darkened, but it's not a straight line. I see what you're doing and it works, but it could be done better. Even though it was still a daytime. You mean still daytime? The weird autumn clouds combined with the high and thick forest made the surroundings. Wait, let me read that again. Even though it was still daytime, the weird autumn clouds combined with the high and thick forest made the surroundings suspiciously dark. For a couple of hours, you were wandering around and finally met a humanoid shape. Unfortunately, that's a typo right there, it wasn't a human. Unfortunately. That's how you spell it out. Unfortunately. I misspell that word a lot too, that's why I caught it. You have never seen a creature like this before. Prepare for a fight, run away, drop your guard, try to talk with it. No, let's fight this thing. The only weapon you possess is your sword. You draw it without hesitation. How do you want to use it? Be fast, try a brutal open attack. Focus on defense, observe the monster. Dodge its attacks and look for a better position. Let's observe the monster. After a couple of hits, you see that the creature is fast, strong, and mercilessly uses the initiative you gave up. Monster tore away a part of your clothes. Thankfully, your sword allows you to knock the monster's arm away before it can scratch your flesh. Is this our combat? Really? Really? Now you have some idea of how the creature moves and what it's capable of. It is possible, not sure, but possible, that it has some weak spots. What part of its body would you want to focus on first? The numbers part, where I can manipulate numbers and see skills and shiny animations. You know, I like the writing in this game. There's some typos, some grammar things. I like the writing in it, but it's overload, man. It's so much reading. Like you're gonna have so many people not like your game, even though it's actually a good game, just because you don't mix it up enough. Like, this is the combat. It's interesting, right? But it's different, but it's not engaging at all. It's work, right? Now you have some idea of how the creature moves and what it is capable of. It is possible, not sure, but possible that it has some weak spots. What part of its body would you want to focus on first? This is that creature, right, with the glowing head thing? And the guy told us to attack its arms and legs. But he also mentioned something about its glowing eye, but he said it doesn't have any weak spots. So let's go for the arms and legs. Let's go for the arms first. The monster's limbs are extremely strong and fast. It dodges most of your hits, and even when you strike it, you don't notice any sort of blood or an injury. Instead, the beast uses the time you wasted to strongly punch you. You can't do anything to avoid this battle now. The creature walks around you and tries to trick you. With its ostensible attacks, you can't judge how intelligent it may be. It reminds you that the time when you were trying to survive encountering a herd of beastmen, a herd which has managed to destroy and devour 2 villages, before your teams struck them down. Not an O. Back then, you were thinking about your own life. Now something keeps reminding you about your children. What is your plan? Act unpredictable, keep initiative. Drop your guard, yell to scare it away. Focus on defense, tire it out. Attack and push it to a tree. Let's act unpredictable. Keep initiative. You try to surprise your enemy, put an R in you, by acting unpredictable. It's amazing how intelligent it is, like a human. Or more like an experienced warrior. Every bluff, every trick, attack, or kick in the dirt fails you. Not only this, but also it manages to pass your defense when you try to change the speed of your movements. Yes, you could hurt it a little bit, but you feel a deep pain in your chest. How do you want to use it? Charge, dodge. It wants to hold you, it wants to throw you. Hold your ground and block the attack. The monster does not allow you to take your time. When you try to find a better position or stay away from the creature, it jumps on you and catches your arm. You push it away, but you can feel that your clothes started soaking with warm blood, so he got us. Are we dead? Your enemy acts as if it would like to run away, but after just a moment, you can see that this weird entity reaches one of the nearby trees. It's just standing still and touching it. Are you going to react? Attack the tree? Ignore its actions and attack it? Well, here's the thing. Attacking it didn't really do any damage, right? Maybe it's using the tree as some sort of beacon of energy. But we don't have the ability to just sap energy from a tree. So let's attack the tree. Maybe it hurts him. You get closer and watch a tree, but you notice that it's not really a plant. It's a living creature. You fought with its kind many times before. It is a treant, an animal shaped like a tree, without leaves, patiently waiting for victims passing by it. Carnivorous. But something strange happens to it right now. It starts sizzling and wriggle. Sizzling and wriggle? That's not correct. You can say it starts wriggling and writhing in pain. That sounds better. Writhing sounds so much better. And wriggle is one action. It's not. You could say it starts sizzling and to... it's weird. Just change it to writhing. But after a couple of your hits, the same thing starts happening to the monster. The tree ant falls dead on the ground and the creature screams in pain. You can see that you have hurt it. After all this effort, it seems pointless. Your blood slowly drops on the ground. Each breath feels like an impossible challenge. You keep quietly repeating, I can do this, I can. But you can't. Your body can't handle the hardships of this journey. The last thing coming to you in your mind is your late husband. Are you sure you were prepared for this battle? If you have problems, try a different tactic. Ask other people for help. Look for a different weapon or armor and try to stay well-fed and well-rested. That's game? Okay. I get it. It's interesting. It's different. I kind of like it, but I think it's too much work for a game. People want to be entertained, right? People who like to read books, they'll read books, right? They play games so they don't have to do as much work. Some people will love your game. I know that. Some people will love this. Some people won't even play it because it's too much reading. You're like walking a delicate balance. So if you're going to focus on the dialogue, you've got to make it stellar, man. Fix all your typos. Your grammar's got to be on point. You need to use sophisticated words, but you also need to define those words, yeah? You need to define those words so that people who don't know those words can follow along. Know your audience. Target your audience. So if you use a word like writhing in pain, then... you know, or like writhing, you want to include in pain so that they can, oh, he's in pain, or it's a, if you want to use a sophisticated word, also define it. You know what I mean? Go further with the word. Use a sophisticated word so that you can introduce new vocabulary to your readers, your players, but also define it so that you don't make them feel stupid. Right? If I ever come across a word I don't know, I immediately look it up. And that's a good tip. Everybody should do that. If you come across a word in your daily life and you don't know what it means, look it up immediately and now you know what it is. But everybody doesn't do that. And you need to do the work for them by defining it in the dialogue. So write it out so that it uses the word correctly, and then it also reiterates on the same thing, says the same thing in layman's terms, right? Make it more simplified so people can connect with it and not lose where you're going on because they don't understand the vocab. Interesting game. I think it has some potential. It really does. It's different than a lot of games, but to me, I feel like it's a lot of reading. It may be a good payoff in the end when you get to the end. Would this be a game that I would purchase? Probably not. But I'm not saying it's not good, because some people, like I said, will love this kind of I don't know. It kind of felt like R.L. Stine book, you know, like. But whatever. What did you guys think of it? I'm curious to know what you guys think of this game. It's called The Tavern, and it is by Moral Anxiety Studio. Thank you so much for making the game. Keep working on it because it has potential. It's very different. But get that writing spot on. You know what I mean? Get that writing so clean and so good that because that's a start, right? If you're gonna have people reading your game because it's a game about the vocab and the reading and the storyline, you need to make it easy to read. You need to make it easy to read. So really put a lot of effort into making it roll off the tongue when you have people beta test it too, not just me. Have other people go through it too and get feedback from other people. I highly recommend that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this first impressions video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I've got lots of RPG Maker MV tutorials. I've got Game Maker Studio 2 tutorials. I do first impressions videos, QA testing, quality assurance, and all that stuff. But yes, thank you guys. I love you very much. My Patreon supporters, you guys are awesome. Thank you for backing me. Yeah, that's it. If you liked the video, give it a like. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.